So yeah, I'm Josefina Vega. I am a regional outreach coordinator for the Education Abroad Network, and most commonly known as TEAN. I'm going to be running through a little bit about who we are as an organization and the types of programs we provide, but focusing specifically on the STEM and health programs that we offer. So first and foremost, we offer over 70 different programs across 10 countries in the Asia Pacific. We consider ourselves experts of the region, not only because we only focus on these locations, but also because we make sure that our program managers have prior experience in these locations. Most of them have gone to orientations with students, so they're familiar with the process that students go through. Or others have also lived in these locations for extended periods of time, so they're very familiar with the types of environments that students are going to be experiencing for the first time. On top of our program managers, we also have who we call our resident advisors. They are in-country staff that will be available to students 24/7, literally for anything you might need. So whether you need help making a doctor's appointment or you just want a food recommendation for your local city, our resident advisors are always glad to help our students out. I also wanted to highlight our excellent value, the cost of programs. Any program that you choose to go on, if you view our website, you will see a specific cost tab. There's where you can see the exact cost of the program. There's going to be no hidden fees. What you see is what you pay. We'll also list what's included into the cost of the program, which is on top of all the services that we provide for you. It's basically the program fees, and housing is included into the cost. We also have listed for your convenience anything that's not included into the program cost, as well as an estimate for how much that will cost so that students can budget their city abroad experiences correctly. And just what we're about. First and foremost, we obviously want to make sure that we are giving students an educational experience, but that doesn't only have to be about their major. We also want to make sure students are being environmentally, socially, and culturally responsible and educated on these matters. We support inclusive opportunities, so we really encourage students to let us know of their backgrounds, ethnicities, religions, or sexual orientations. We have a dedicated diversity and inclusions coordinator who, if you wish to disclose that information, can help guide you towards programs that are going to assist and make sure that they have everything you need in order to feel comfortable and confident in the program. And obviously, we want to cultivate cultural awareness and tolerance, not just for the other students that are going to be in the program with you, but also for locals that you're going to be visiting their cities. Different places do things different ways, whether that be ways in which their classes are run, or if you do an internship, ways in which office culture is. At TEAN, we like to say it's not wrong just because it's different. It's just different. So we offer semester-length programs summer, which can range anything between 3 to 8 weeks. We also have winter programs that are 3 weeks long. We have full-time internships over a semester or a summer, and there's also the option to study and intern at the same time. The cool thing about our programs is that once you apply, you're actually going to be in contact with one of our program managers throughout your whole process. From the moment you apply to the day that you depart on your program, you're going to know exactly who to ask any question you might have to. We do this just to simplify the process for students. We don't want you to have to be constantly looking at different locations and being transferred to different people in order to get the answer you need. And health and safety. It's always been a priority, but especially during these times, we have a dedicated health and safety team that monitors every location that we send students to, so we always know that it's going to be safe. Like I mentioned earlier, we do have local staff available to you 24/7. So no matter what you might need, they're there to assist you. And we also have the guaranteed housing with our programs. That is to be sure that students have somewhere that is safe and secure. So yeah, no matter what program you go on, we make sure that your health and safety is number one. I also really wanted to mention scholarships. Finances oftentimes is a big reason students hesitate about studying abroad, but here at TEAN, we want to make sure that the opportunity is available to everyone who might want it. So we have an annual full ride scholarship that we award once every calendar year. We also have need, merit, and diversity-based scholarships. And if you apply to any of those three, you are automatically in the running to our full ride scholarship. We also have photography scholarship and university-specific ones. The university-specific ones are funds given to us by our partner institutions overseas. In the past, they have really enjoyed the TEAN students that have gone on their programs to their campuses. So they give us funds to encourage students to study abroad at their campuses. Another interesting thing about our scholarships is that you can apply to a scholarship before you even apply to a program. So you can actually see what funds you'll be receiving before you commit to any specific program. And we do this just to encourage students to make sure they feel secure and safe with the decision that they've made. So yeah. So where will you go? Here's a map of all the locations that we send students to. Like I said earlier, we focus specifically in the Asia Pacific. So some of these options are study abroad, others are just internships. I'm going to walk you into a little bit more detail about how our programs work. So all of our programs that we run, or most of the programs that we run, we're actually partnered with a university overseas. Here you can see the universities that we partner with in Australia. And when I say we partner with, I mean that if you go on a study abroad program through us, you would be directly enrolling into this university. So that means that you have access to their course catalog. So all the universities that you see here, I actually double checked. They all offer courses in the STEM field or health sciences. 56 out of our 73 programs actually offer STEM or health courses. 51 of them offer only STEM and 44 offer just health. So lots of different options are available to you as a student. Here you can see New Zealand, same concept. You would be directly enrolled into those universities, which means that you have the opportunity to pick from their course catalog what courses you want to take. And if you ever need assistance deciding what course would fit you best, you could always ask a program manager, and they will actually find the syllabus for you so that you can compare it to the course that is required of you at your university. And you can be sure that it's going to count as a credit. And here are our locations in Asia that offer STEM and health courses. For all of our non-English speaking locations, you do not need to know the local language in order to go. You will be learning while you're there, and all of your classes are taught in English. But just because they're not going to be, just because they're going to be in English doesn't mean you won't be amongst other local students as well. Local students like to take courses in English to practice their English, or they just find it easier to learn that subject in that language. So you'll still have the opportunity to meet locals and have local friends. Now, I showed you and discussed our programs that are direct enroll into a university. It's very traditional study abroad format. However, right now I'm going to go into more detail about specific health and STEM programs that we have. That's format is a little bit different. So these ones are, this one in particular is our kinesiology, health, study, and intern semester at the University of Western Australia in Perth. Through this program, students take 2 to 3 courses, and also complete an internship with 140 contact hours. So the internship, if you apply to this program, is something that we find for you. So students who have exercise science or sports medicine focus will actually be working with an Australian rules football team, which is really cool because it's a professional sports team that you're going to be able to assist and intern with. Any other health science related majors will be working with an organization with public health programs. These could be anything from cancer prevention and also dietary and exercise in schools. We have another very similar program at Murdoch University, but this one has a research component added to it. So again, similarly, 2 to 3 courses throughout the semester, an internship of 120 contact hours, and your research topic will be related to kinesiology and sports science. It is research that the university is currently conducting. I don't have the list of everything they're researching because I'll literally be talking here for days, but you can find it on our website under this specific program. We also have our summer programs. So semesters are not always possible for every student, whether it be because of their course load or they have to work throughout a semester. So summer is becoming increasingly popular. We have a couple summer programs that we have created in Australia to tailor to these students. They are what we call a travel program. So you're not going to be in just one destination. You're actually going to be in multiple. I believe each program is at least 3 different destinations across Australia. And their programs are 3 weeks long. So you'll only be taking 1 course. So this is our tropical marine ecology summer program. You'll be learning about marine organisms, interacting with the environment. It focuses specifically on the state of Queensland in Australia. And yeah, you'll get a lot of hands-on experience. There's always going to be a TEAN staff available to you, as well as university faculty that is teaching the course. And here we have a similar program. This one is Contemporary Issues of Public Health. Same sort of concept, traveling to different destinations across Australia. You have the assistance of TEAN staff as well as university faculty that's going to be teaching you the course. This one's our sport and exercise psychology program. This one's really cool because you get to work with different types of sports teams across different Australian sports. So rugby, Aussie rules football, netball, surfing, lawn bowling, all these crazy activities that you're going to get to do throughout your experience, while also participating in a course. Most of these courses are entry level. However, there's always something that on any level will be interesting to learn. And our last program in Australia is our Australian Environment, Wildlife and Conservation program. This one is very special to us. We work with a lot of the Aboriginal cultures in Australia in order to create this program. We wanted to focus on the conservation work that the Indigenous people are doing in order to conserve Australia's land. So this one is very special. We also created a similar program in Thailand, in Chiang Mai. So this program is actually rolled out in 2 sessions. Each session is 3 weeks long, and you'll be taking 1 course in that session. So you can choose to enroll in both or in either one. I wanted to highlight these 2 particular courses that are related to STEM and health. So in session 1, we have Asian approaches to holistic health and wellness. And in session 2, we have environmental conservation in Southeast Asia. Can you read a little bit more about those? We also have the option to intern abroad. I thought I'd highlight. A lot of students are really looking for professional experience because jobs are demanding it from students earlier on. Interning abroad is a great way to gain this experience as well as gain intercultural competencies. We have semester and summer length internships. All of our internships are customized, so we don't have a predetermined location where we place students in. Once you apply, the internships team will give you a call and have a conversation with you about what you're interested in doing, and they will find you a placement from there. So because of that, not all placements are guaranteed, but our team has had a very good success rate at finding internships that fit the students' needs in the locations that they feel confident in. There's also a new internship that we have that is virtual. You would be working, because of these times, we've created this internship. This one is more so if you are in environmental sciences. There's not a lot of whole other STEM options for that particular placement, but it's a great way to also gain these intercultural competencies while having to stay at home. And it is an option that we're going to extend past these times just because students have really enjoyed it. And we just think it adds a layer of accessibility to the concept of studying abroad. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So it's a little bit about this program. It can be full-time or part-time placement, actually. And finally, we got your back. So if we have to cancel a program, a lot of students are really concerned about that right now. We wanted to lay out your options for you. So students can either receive a full refund, which would include the application and program deposit, which is usually not refundable, so late into the process. You could also choose to go on a different program. Just because one program is canceled doesn't mean all of them are. Or you can go on the same program just in a later year, and we will not add any additional cost, even if the program cost does increase from the year difference. So that was a lot of information. I've rambled on about all the different opportunities that you have. So how do you get started? We really want you to consider the type of experience you want to have while you're abroad. Students will have different requirements and different expectations for their study abroad experience. Some are very focused in a certain location. Others really just want anything that's going to give them credit. Price is a big point of contingency for students. So with all of those things in mind, once you apply, or even before you apply, if you just reach out to us, let us know exactly what you would like, we can help you find a program that's going to suit your needs. Literally, our team is always just waiting for students to stop by and ask questions. We love to help you out. And once you decide which program you'd like, you can start an application, and our program managers will guide you throughout the whole process. And you can start an application just by going on our website. So it's right here, teanabroad.org. There's a giant apply now button. Can't miss it, trust me. Or you can always email us. My email is josefina.vega@teanabroad.org. I'll write it in the chat as well so you guys can copy and paste it. But that's the end of my presentation for now. Does anybody have any questions?
And feel free to type your question into the chat if you don't want to unmute yourself or anything. But while we give you a little moment to think, if you have any questions, I do want to say, again, Jessica from the Education Abroad office, just a quick reminder that provider programs like TEAN, it is a dual application process. So not only would you obviously apply with TEAN because it is their program, but you also need to apply with our office, and we will, help you through kind of navigate the Texas A&M side and transfer credit, make sure you're staying, on track for your degree plan. We have that process as part of our application. So, look through programs through TEAN. If you find one, come to our portal, find it. If you're not finding it in the portal, reach out to tcabroad@tamu.edu and we can help figure out, we either need to download it or there's something funky going on. So just definitely reach out to us if you have questions.
Yeah, and we always require students to actually get a form signed from your university. So you can't just sneak around your university. We will know. It's called the university statement from university. So you have to get an advisor to sign that off before we formally accept you into the program. So we do have a question. The question is, what does the study abroad cover? And just to get more clarification on that question, are you wondering what's included into the cost of the program? Okay, yeah, so what's included in the cost of the program? I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we include. Like I mentioned, housing is the big one that we like to highlight. However, if you look on our website, there's the list of everything we include. So it's full tuition, guaranteed housing, health insurance, local staff. There's a 5-day orientation included into the cost of semester programs. There's cultural events as well, credit transfers, credit approval, financial aid transfer planning, airport pickup and drop off, that kind of stuff. There's literally a list that it's like a 20 bullet list of everything that we have included into the cost of our program. Is there a preference in university classification? Are you referring to requirements to go on a program? Like what year you are in? Okay, yeah. So as a sophomore, you can basically start applying to any program now. Most of our programs accept students as long as they are a sophomore standing. However, your university has to approve when you can go abroad as well. But yeah, as of right now, as far as our programs go, you would be eligible as far as your standing is for any of our programs. I believe the latest one we have is our Career University program, which requires you to be first semester sophomore by the time you apply, which you would be now.
And I do want to add to that obviously there are other requirements beyond just the classification. So there are GPA requirements. You have to be in good standing with Texas A&M, complete an application through our office. You have to have A&M, like an A&M GPA. So if you're a student that's just transferring in or a freshman wouldn't be able to go their first semester, they could apply during their first semester to go abroad during their second semester, but there are other requirements beyond that classification. But yes, as a sophomore, if you're meeting all the requirements from both sides, definitely feel free to start an application for the term that you're looking for when they're open.
And just to add to that, our programs, I believe the minimum GPA is a 2.5. So anything below that requires special, like extra steps and assistance. There's also, just to clarify a little bit of how the application and acceptance process works. A lot of students, I think, have the idea of applying to a program kind of like applying to university, where they like need to have certain qualifications and get accepted. For study abroad, for our programs at least, if you meet the minimum requirements and have every approval, you will get admitted into the program. I haven't heard of a case where a student wasn't admitted and they met the requirements, if that's a reassuring thought at all for you. Because I remember being a student and being like, I hope I get in. And then I later found out that I met the requirements, therefore I was most likely gonna get in. So yeah, I know a lot of students stress about that. So don't worry, don't stress. And depending on your own situation, we can always work with you on finding a program that's going to fit what your qualifications are. Have I visited any locations for study abroad? If so, what's the most memorable moment you've had in that area? I actually got to go to Australia back in November. TEAN sent me to visit 12 different campuses. So it was a lot of work, but a lot of fun. My favorite location was probably Melbourne. It is the most beautiful city. It has great beaches that you can go not too far from the city center. It also is known for its art scene. So there's just amazing street art all over the city. And it was so easy to get around. So yeah, that was probably my favorite location. Yeah, I think we're running out of time, but if you want to chat, I have office hours tomorrow morning from, I believe it's 10:30 to 1:30. Yes, 10:30 to 1:30, or you can email me. We can set up a time to chat, or we can just communicate through email. So